Okay. Everyone there.
Everyone just put on a smile.
We're ready.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. This is our very first Talk with Top Producers. And we are so glad to have Tyler Baker, Charlie Fleming, and Mike Runyon with us today. And so I want to share a few fun facts about these three, and then we're going to get to the big question. How did you grow your business? Because all three of these individuals made really big changes in their production in a very short time. So let's start with Tyler Baker. Tyler Baker doubled his business his first year with Movement and will more than double this year. Fun fact, he was a college mascot for Washburn University. He was in Ichabod, and he earned a trip to Vegas over it. Next, we have Charlie Fleming. He went from 14 million to over 30 million in 2.5 years and grew a team of 4 loan officers and became a branch manager in that duration. Fun fact about Charlie is his junior year of college, he hitchhiked across country, went from El Paso, Texas to Pensacola, Florida. And last but not least, we have Mike Runyon. He grew his business by 8 million every single year that he has been at Movement. And here's a fun fact, he is such a good Samaritan because his very first mortgage deal came from helping a guy, a stranger, on the side of the road in the rain, change his tire.
Wow.
Yep. High five.
Jack of all trades.
We grew from there.
Not just a pretty face.
So I would love to hear from you guys. Feel free to interject. Maybe we'll just start with Tyler. Just share maybe a piece of your story and really just what was that change you made that really helped you catapult your business like this?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing, I've been self-sourced, if you will, since call it 2014. And the first several years I was in the business, I just kind of was stagnant. And then, 2018, middle of 2018, I just made a decision. I've been recruited by my market leader, Angie Bates, for, gosh, I don't know, a year plus before that. And it was a solid no. And then I just woke up one day and I knew that I needed a change. And I was really happy where I was at, actually. And, I wanted a flag to fly. I wanted, ready-made marketing and just a system and a process that made it easy for me to go out and do the things that I'm good at, which is just be with people and networking and doing those types of things. So it's they've honestly Movement made it easy. So just with the process, their operations staff, everything that they give us is, it's incredible. And so it just honestly made it easy for me to just to focus on my business, and I didn't have to worry about the business that I had because it was so well taken care of.
Do you feel like being a college mascot helped you kind of put yourself out there in the sense of marketing and all that type of stuff that Movement has to offer?
I don't know if it helped. I would say that it probably is reflective of maybe overall personality. I take chances, right? And so I'm like, if I see something I want, I'll find a way. I'll find a way to get it. The reason I became a mascot was because I knew that the basketball team at Washburn played in the basketball tournament in Las Vegas every single year, and they it was in December. And my birthday that year, well, my birthday every year is on December 2nd, but my 21st birthday was that year. And so I knew that if I was the mascot, that I would get to go to Vegas with the cheerleading squad. And so I had an in, and I tried out. I was the only one that tried out. I was the only one that knew about it. And threw my in, if you will. And the rest is history. So
you need that type of motivation to get to President's Club next year.
Say that again.
You should find some sort of motivation like that to get to President's Club next year.
Oh, that's always been a goal, honestly, of mine. Is so I'll be there. I will be there, Jamaica this year. I'm getting closer now, so I think by September I'll be there. So I'll have made it. So that was honestly, I never thought that would be possible. I never thought. I knew, once I saw what the qualifications were when I first started here, I was like, there's no way. And just
look at you now.
Yeah, look at
That's
me.
Awesome.
Still chasing Charlie.
Yeah, and just curious, for something that maybe anyone can relate to, did you change any habits or did you do one kind of adjustment as a loan officer that really just helped you go further?
Yeah, I used this as an opportunity when I came here. I used it as just a fresh start, right? Just to kind of hit the reset button on everything and just change a lot of things about my business. And I did create some strong habits, some non-negotiables, if you will. And I really focused on just being excellent in everything that I did. I wrote that word on my whiteboard. I wrote it down every single day. I really became good at like gratitude and those kind of things and journaling. And so I write down, it's a non-negotiable in my book. I write gratitude like every day, like it's full of it. Like you can't have more if you're not grateful for what you already have. So
Absolutely.
that more than anything.
Love it. Anyone else have anything to go off that? Tyler set the bar high.
Yeah, any of you, do you guys journal? Please share your diary with us, guys.
I do actually journal.
Does it help you grow your business?
I think it does, because it puts you in the mindset to like get the day started. Like my morning routine is kind of my non-negotiable. When I first started in this business, I had a loan officer who I didn't really get along with, and he woke up every day at 5. So I wake up every day at 4:59 just to try to like catch him and get a little bit ahead. But the journaling was new this year, and it just kind of puts you in a very grateful mindset. And I think that just brings out good vibes for the rest of the day.
Do you have a structure that you follow, or is it just what comes to your mind and then end with gratitude?
So it's the first 3 things I think of when I wake up. Like whatever I'm grateful for just pops out. Sometimes it's something like, you know what, I'm really grateful for coffee. Sometimes it's a little more intimate, like, you know, I'm really grateful that, you know, I have a good relationship with my mom, or something crazy. Like it just depends on what the first 3 things are on top of my head.
I love that. Well, Mike, while you're talking, I'd love to share with everyone, what is your story? And you grew your business by 8 million every year. So that's substantial. So some people just do 8 million. So, you know, talk about what you did to get to that type of level and why you're going to continue to grow.
Yeah. So prior to Movement, I worked with a company this was several years ago now, I think 3 years ago. So I was kind of brand new to the business, and some weird things fell into line, and it wound up being me and another guy my age. I think we were like 25 at the time, kind of running our own branch out of this like small little closet space. And it got to the point where not only were we trying to like learn how to be loan officers, but we're trying to learn how to run a branch. And it was just real overwhelming. And after a few years, we had some success, and then we just needed support because it was just us 2 in Tennessee. And then I got recruited by Movement, and I was really impressed with their systems, because I have my favorite thing about the industry is like, I like marketing. Like that's fun for me, like creative ways to market. And that's what I wanted my focus to be. I want to be out with my referral partners. I want to be like coming up with my crazy videos. And I didn't want to be like too stressed about my pipeline. And then that's where Movement came into play, because their system was kind of tailored almost to like my needs. So when I came in, I wasn't really boggled down in my pipeline like I was with my previous company. So I was able to market myself how I wanted to.
Why do you feel what makes it easier for you to do that? Like why
having an assistant definitely helped, but also, you know, we do a lot of the things up front where most companies kind of don't, because we're built for speed, right? Like that's just our niche. So we do a lot of things up front that a lot of companies don't. So instead of me like being involved in a file for longer than I need to, I get it. My assistant gets the uploaded docs, and then I'm out to chase another file. So it kind of it's good for me and kind of like my chaotic energy.
Good.
Well, and where are your best videos? Are they on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of it? Where do people find you?
Not LinkedIn. I need to do better about that, but mainly Instagram. Instagram and Facebook, I think, would be ideal. I think I probably use Facebook for more business than I do anything. Instagram is a little bit of a mix, but you can always find my videos all over Instagram.
Hey, Mike, is there any truth to the rumor that you're in negotiations with Food Network for the show?
No, but I am going on a trip next week where I get to cook over an open flame for an entire week, and I'm really excited about that.
So is your coffee rubbed steak gonna make it?
Dude, that thing was top 3 best things I've ever cooked, and that's also on my Instagram if you guys ever need a good recipe, because that was one of the top 3 best steaks I've ever cooked.
We'll be adding everyone's social media handles to the comments of this, if any of you guys are curious.
Oh man.
All right, let's hear from Charlie Fleming. So what's really interesting is, well, to share a personal note, Charlie and Fleming and I became friends when he was brand new to Movement. And he wasn't going to leave Movement, and I was with a different company. And I feel like he's actually one of the reasons why I got excited about Movement personally, because I listened and watched your story as we would touch base over time. And so it's just really neat. Like I was talking to you as someone that was coming from the bank world, a little afraid of being into this world that's very self-generated focused. And then all of a sudden you have a team and you're a manager. So I'd love to just hear from you, what were those changes that you made in those 2.5 years that just brought you to where you are now, not only in production and leadership?
And a fun fact, Charlie has a billboard in Athens, Georgia, because he has been the #1 mortgage lender in Athens for Movement.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, that's awesome.
I would say, thank you for that introduction, Deanna. I would say I didn't have a lot of direction when I came to Movement. Like I didn't know, I brought Movement to a brand new city, and I came from a really respectable and really established bank that really kind of groomed me to teach me the industry. And then when I found Movement, got connected with David, the first thing that he did, which was probably the biggest blessing, is connect me with Tim Davis, the national sales coach. And he was the guy that said, this is how we're going to get you from sitting at your desk and go out and actually shake hands and kiss babies and throw parties, as he says. So, and I think at the foundation of the coaching department here at Movement, and even Tim's kind of philosophy, is that it's all about relationships, and it's all about connecting. And what Tim has kind of taught me, and what I've kind of been drawn near, is really wowing the customer and creating an experience that creates magic in their lives, and just almost to the point where they don't want to do business with anybody else but our team. And so one thing that we have really focused on in 2020 is I tell every single customer everything they need to know about their mortgage transaction. I tell them how to structure it, what to do, the best loan product for them. I tell them everything before they even give me their commitment to do business with me. And I take that risk of showing them all the advice, everything that they should do. And I take that risk so that even if they don't go with me, they still have that experience that Movement Mortgage is respectable and that Charlie is a loan advisor. And if I don't get the business, I don't get it. But that has kind of brought our level of reputation in the market very highly, because I just had a conversation with a client today on 45 minutes of all their questions, and I'm happy to do it because in turn, I hope that they would come back to me at some point and say, yeah, we trust Charlie. We feel safe and secure in the mortgage process. So, but yeah, I think overall coaching and building a relationship with Tim and other coaches around the nation has been super empowering for me in my business.
Did you have a coach before Movement?
No,
This is the
no
first
coach.
time.
I got thrown on to Tim, and Tim probably was hesitant because I was pretty shy when I met Tim, and I didn't know what to do. And but Tim, Tim adapted his coaching techniques to his clients, so he knew exactly what I needed, and kind of has helped me get tough skin in this industry. So it's been great.
Didn't he make you wear boxing gloves in front of an entire real estate meeting one time?
Yeah. He did.
That
He
is one of my
did.
favorite stories.
He's made me do a lot of stuff. He even convinced me to do a cartoon character of my face. So everything that I do has remnants of Tim's.
Everyone at Movement has a cartoon now.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Tim actually never tells me what to do. He just presents options and says, he says, if this was me, or this might be a good idea, and then I kind of pick and choose what's best. But there's options of dude, I should have listened to you many times. I should have took your advice in this regard. So
what made you decide wearing boxing gloves was the best idea, to do that one?
yeah, so it was a 1-2 punch kind of thing, and the agents that were in the room still talk about it today. So, which is what you want, right? You want
that is what you want. Yes.
You want to be memorable. You want to leave a lasting impression. So
in 2 weeks, you're gonna get a video on social media of Mortgage Mike with boxing gloves on now because it made such an impact.
Oh, give me a month. I'll come up with something.
Oh man.
Side story. I text Mike Runyon. I'm like, hey, I want to do something, exciting about how Movement is still charging forward. And he's like, I got you. And he sends me a video wearing a kilt saying, you can take away our happy hours and take away this and this and that, but we will never take away. Wait, you probably could say it better than I can. But
So-
it's something like
Let's
our
put on
freedom
a
to
show
fund
with that.
loans.
Yeah, freedom to fund loans. So that's kind of the big thing with movement with me is, I do market myself in a very, out of the box, obnoxious way. And like a lot of companies, when they were trying to recruit me prior to me coming to movement, was like, hey, we like you. We like, your niche with the builder business, but like, you're gonna have to tone it down. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna work for you. Cause like my philosophy is like, I want to be, big producer. I want to fund loans, but like, I want to have fun. Like I can't do this job and not have fun. And Movement was one of the few companies I was like, you know what? Not only are we going to like back you on it, we're going to give you just different ideas and kind of structure your chaotic energy in a more efficient way, but we're still going to let you be you. And I think that has more to do with, my ability to grow business than anything. So I'm having fun on the job and people see that and they react to it.
That's awesome.
I agree. So super curious, kind of related, kind of not related. So here we have Kansas, Georgia, Tennessee, and you guys are buddies. Like, how did you guys get connected as friends? And then do you guys actually talk shop and, actually help each other with ideas and, doing your own business in your own markets?
I'll start and say, I think we have a really active Facebook group, Movement Loan Officer Group, which I see Tyler commenting on there, and Mike kind of dabbles too, and in there as well. And I think that we're always looped in on, emails with our region. And so, we probably would have physically gotten together this year as a region if it wasn't for COVID's, but, I think that, part of that Facebook group really has helped kind of establish relationships and just all the email chains that goes on.
Yeah. And so like kind of with our region too is, we have a relatively like, I guess, younger loan officer group where so kind of is able to breed some competition. And, Tennessee Titans played Kansas City in the AFC Championship game, and our regional Massey was like, hey, you need to go up there and meet Tyler. Like, he's a good guy. Y'all kind of have the same personality. And then, so that's how I got connected with him. And prior to that, like, I know Charlie's really good with realtors where, that's kind of a little bit of a weaker point for me. So prior to COVID, I text Charlie and I was like, dude, can I come up and hang out with you for a week and, just see what you do and see if I can implement it in my business. So there's a good community as far as like with our region.
Yeah, just overall, it's just our culture too. I think it's infused in everything, and it's the helpfulness. And I've talked to Charlie before. He helped me through thinking through some just not staffing is probably the right word, but just some team structure, and those kind of things. And spent some time on the phone with me, which was super helpful. And I have a lot of those relationships with other loan officers too, that not even in our region, just out of it. I mean, we have our own separate groups where there's maybe 8 or 10 of us, and we share ideas and talk, and we do Zoom calls every now and then. And it's one of the top producers in the company is in that group too, with like little old me and people that even produce, not as much as me. So there's just no limit to the helpfulness of that people will lend, and it's awesome.
Love it.
Yeah.
I will wrap this up. Those are awesome. Thank you guys for sharing so much. I'm going to wrap this up with one last question. What are you guys, okay, so Movement is always coming out with like new technology, new things to like add to your business, grow your business, new tools. And I know you guys are like privy to a few of those. What are you guys looking forward to most that's up and coming?
I'll start. I mean, I'm excited about Move Home and just the overall like integration. I know that it's probably not on the immediate horizon, but the mobile connectivity that I hear is coming to be able to do more from your phone is, man, that's a game changer for me because I don't want to be tied to a computer or a desk or whatever. I'm like everybody else. I want to be out walking, talking, playing golf, whatever. And if I can do things from my phone, man, that just, it really is going to help the work-life balance, quite honestly. I'm excited about that.
Coming soon.
Yeah, I'll start. I'll share that, a lot is talked about with a lot of companies that, what does it take to go out and get loans? But what I don't see a lot of conversation is how to run your pipeline, like how to actually get the loans closed, because we could talk all day about what do we do to go get the business, but if you can't actually close loans and be the CEO of your pipeline, that's completely irrelevant. So I think the technology that's coming through that's going to be available soon will help us run our business once the business is in the door. And not only the CRM piece, but actually using technology to help benefit us of saying, hey, this is what you should be doing today. Focus on these tasks so we can get, XYZ closed. And I'm a huge component of running a well-oiled machine, because you can go out and say, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best. But if you delay closings or can't communicate well, that all goes out the window.
Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of piggyback off that and say it's the CRMs and a lot of things we do post-closing, because I do establish pretty great relationships with my pipeline. In fact, like most of my referrals are from past customers, and I think Movement does a great job and is continuing to find ways to keep us in touch with the clients post-closing, so that way we're always top of mind.
Absolutely.
For sure. Well, we have exciting things coming, so get excited.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah, seriously, thank you guys for joining us. This was awesome, and we are looking forward to more talks with top producers to come.
Time's fast.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
So-
Bye, everyone.